Maxine, Vicky Middleton, Sean Middleton, Keith Fernie, Kev Conway. No Ian's on it, 6. And
Becca.
Becca 7.
Yeah.
Gary's not on it.
I'm not on it?
No.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, put it in.
I was on it before.
You were on it.
I did.
I'm sure Gary were on it.
On finance,
So it's
I'm
no.
not
Right,
on
hold on a
it.
minute.
Come on, you can't
Ian,
count.
just going to tell us.
sorry,
Tell us what you
on finance, I've got Gary,
Yeah?
Sean, Becca,
I'm on it.
Kevin, me, Keith,
The kid's not on
and
it.
Maxine.
I'm off.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, Gary, what place have we been in?
Pull chairs.
Right, councillors, please remember what committees they're on, please.
I will send something out and tell everybody. Yeah. That'd be a good idea, Mike.
Right. Under the openness of the local government bodies regulations 2014, members of the public may now film, photograph and take audio recordings of the proceedings of the public participation session. As this is not part of the formal agenda of the meeting, recording activity should be respectful to the conduct of the meeting and behaviour that disrupts the meeting, such as oral commentary, will not be permitted. Apologies of absence.
Chairman, I have none this evening.
No apologies. So, 2, election of vice chairman.
I
Members are
propose
asked to
Councillor
elect the
Kenrick.
vice chairman of the finance committee
Just wait
of
a minute.
Hemsworth Town Council for the ensuing municipal year.
Could I propose Councillor Rushman, please?
I'll second her.
Anybody else?
Off.
Okay, so, all for Councillor Rusnia?
We didn't already.
All against?
Let's just
1.
put it up and down twice.
Any abstains? No. Sorry.
Someone makes 7.
Chairman's welcome. Chairman will welcome councillors and residents to the meeting and give a fire safety announcement. I think you've had 2 already, gentlemen, so. Unless you want me to read you again. No. Declarations of interest. Members are asked to receive declarations of interest under consideration on this agenda in accordance to the Local Government Act 2000 Part 3 and the relevant authorities. Disposable pecuniary interest regulations 2012. Members are reminded that should you declare a pecuniary interest at the meeting, it is your responsibility to inform the monitoring officer. Item 5, public question times. Members of the public are advised that they are welcome to ask questions about items on the agenda or matters about the parish itself. It is not always possible to give a verbal response at the meeting, and questions may receive a written reply. No resolution can be made under this item.
Can I just come in a minute? Just sorry, announcement, ladies and gentlemen. I meant to do it in the full meeting, but I forgot. I sorry. So as we all know, Shannon is away on maternity leave. She's had a healthy baby girl. Yeah.
Well done.
Thingy. So I'd just like to ask all councillors if they wish to. I'm going to start a collection to get some flowers or what have you.
I think she'd appreciate some nappies.
Or whatever we decide, yeah. So yeah, I did forget to mention that, so congratulations to Shannon and the family.
So, public question time.
Council consider moving it to after the finance matters so that we can ask questions relating to what's been discussed in the meeting.
There's not an exclusion.
No, I know, but public question times now, we're not supposed to speak while councillors are discussing the matters. So I'm saying, can we do question time after the finance matters?
If councillors agree to it, the chairman will or somebody will have to propose.
I'll propose that, yeah.
I'll second it.
All for? Yeah. Right, so finance. Members are asked to receive updates of the following financial position.
Right, do you mind if I start with part B, number 2 first?
Yeah.
So the inputting of the accounts is taking place. It's taking an awful lot longer than anyone thought it was going to, and it's been authorised now to take about 6 days in addition to the few days we gave them originally. There were some issues balancing July and August last year, but I believe those are now completed, and we are actually on October. So hopefully in the next few weeks, we should have everything input. This may affect, although somebody's announced that I've broken the law, I understand, on Facebook, this may affect us actually completing the AGAR in the prescribed time that we had. So the annual governance and accountability return is what the AGAR is, and that we have to submit annually to our external auditors. We have an extension, which is the national additional deadline to the 31st of August. However, if in even more extenuating circumstances, 15th of September is the cut-off date. I don't think we're going to have it done by the 31st of July, to be quite honest with you, because it isn't only getting the accounts done, we then need to convert it into what we need to do to present to council. There could well be an extraordinary meeting sometime towards the end of July, or we agree it at full council in August. I can't tell you that at the moment, I'm afraid. As a result, we can't have the internal audit, because that's the other part. Once we've got the end of year accounts done, we need to send it to the internal auditors. I spoke to them on a Zoom call with Vanessa just the other day. They are perfectly understanding of the situation we are in. They asked us quite a lot of questions and want some information sent to them. So we are on top of it, but just not quite in the right time scales, I'm afraid. With regard to the financial position, we have paid 1 or 2 bills now. The lift has had the backdated invoice paid, so they have come out, or they are coming out, to give us another quote to have that repaired, which we may have to pay up front for, because we didn't pay the last bill of £1,750. The insurance we've paid 48,900 something, because we weren't going to have any council insurance. We've kept on for obvious reasons, our HR company as well. So we are paying the bills as we can. We owe HMRC a fortune, which is around 100,000, that sort of fee still. I've had a debt agency on there about HMRC, I'm afraid, and I've written back to them today, explained that currently I can't get into the HMRC account. I now have yet another number to ring where we should be able to. It appears that, as many clerks do, the code goes to your personal mobile and it goes to Andrew's, and we can't acquire it at the moment. So when we get into HMRC, we'll know exactly how much we owe. The debt company was the 6,998, I think. The other company that I've had on, but I have actually written back to Wakefield Council today, because I believe that it is understood there is an exemption, and that is on the rates at the Fitzwilliam Centre. So I've written back to Wakefield Council today on an old-fashioned letter, but I have actually had a reply about something else, which on an old-fashioned letter as well, because you cannot ring Wakefield Council, because you'll be on there for a week, I reckon. So yeah, so the financial position isn't much better. We're paying our everyday bills, things like to buy food and ice cream for the park. Life buoys, well, I hope, because someone unfortunately burnt the stumps in the water park, I hope to be able to claim that back from insurance depending on the bill, and everyday stuff. So that's where we are at the moment. As soon as we have our end of year accounts, I might be able to tell you a bit more about the actual budgetary position. However, as I said to you before, the budget is done in an interesting manner, so I don't quite know how I'm going to compare year on year at the moment. With the finances going forward, we're looking forward to getting the second part of the precept, the budget money from the council, from Wakefield Council in September, and then we'll actually look at it again. So I'm afraid it isn't all rosy at all. We still haven't paid this one big bill. We are managing to pay pensions, HMRC by the month now, but this is going backdated. So that is really what I can say at the current time. I say it's not a rosy picture at all, I'm afraid.
Chair, can I ask some questions on the figures that were sent out to us this week?
I maybe have to reply to you outside the meeting.
So,
Because I
say again,
didn't
sorry?
send those figures out, I was on holiday.
Yeah.
Those figures went out with, I have looked at them, but I may have to come back to you with the actual answers to your questions.
Can I still ask them?
Of course you can do, yeah,
No,
you're welcome.
Fine, that's fine. I believe with the bills that we've got, comes to about £90,000. Wages approximately £50,000, and then we've got national insurance and pension on top of that. So we're talking about £170,000 to pay out in
Yeah.
July. Are we going to manage that amount?
To my knowledge, there is money in the wages account that we will definitely be able to pay out. We may have to pick and choose what we pay out of the 90,000.
Right.
There is 100,000 being asked for from the CCLA account where there was 195,000 in it. But unfortunately, that's on a longer
Yeah, it's six month
6
leeway.
months. So yeah. So
Have we
may
not
have
applied for that yet?
We've already applied for the 100,000 of it. I have already been asked by council to look at the other type of CCLA instant access account
Right.
as well, the other money. So,
Okay,
yeah, we may
Thank
have
you.
to pick and choose a bit in July.
thanks. Payment on the 26th of the 6th for £1,891 for Yorkshire Water down at the water park. That seems an awful large amount for just the water park. Does that include anything else?
I'll find out for you.
Right, thank you. What else? We have a large gas and electric bill for the total for gas and electric for June is £9,937.70. Within that, there is an extortionately large amount of £7,674, which is dated the 15th of June.
Can I say the electric and gas company were out here last week with us. I believe that we need to have some sub-meters, a sub-meter put down in the water park buildings, and that is where it is, and then that money will get apportioned to the right places.
Right, thank you. We've got a bill for Brake Brothers for £5,112. Is that to clear? Is that for food, or is it to clear a debt? Because I'm led to believe that Brake Brothers were no longer supplying us with food because we were so behind on the invoices.
Again, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to find out.
Can you find out, please? Thank you. Polar Ford tipper at the water park for repairs.
Yeah.
We've got a bill for 2,340. We lease that vehicle, I believe, don't we?
I believe it was for its MOT, because I do know there were some issues with it.
Right, so it's for standard kind of service and
That's
that.
my own-
So
yeah,
that's
thank
not
you.
included in the lease charge.
I will find out for you, but I do know there were some issues with it.
Always paid up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's that one. For July's payments that are going out, Rialtus, I think you explained that it's taking a bit longer to do those. The bill at the moment is £1,176, so I'm assuming, I'd written these down before you gave me that answer, but I'm assuming we'll get another bill.
We will. I think, I can't, off the top of my head, we will definitely get another bill.
Right.
Can I just say, I've been on leave and I only came back in today. We've had a really busy day, hence why I can't answer some of these questions. And this paperwork came out last week when I was on leave.
Also in July's payments, we've got a payment £9,699 for Schofield Sweeney Insurance Company, and it states at the side Club Terrace. Now, I believe that we deal with Weatherall Sanderson's regarding that. So, can I assume, correctly or wrongly, that that's the solicitors
It is.
for Weatherall?
Solicitors, yeah.
Also, I was under the impression that Weatherall Sanderson would take a percentage of the sale price. So I'm just wondering why we've got an interim bill.
I wasn't even aware of the percentage, I'm afraid, so, no. Okay.
Sorry, is that for solicitors or Sanderson?
It's Sanderson Weatherall.
Yeah,
It's
Sanderson.
actually solicitor's bill, which isn't included in the fee that Sanderson Weatherall take.
Right.
Sanderson Weatherall take.
So Sanderson-
5% they've agreed.
Schofield Sweeney are Sanderson Weatherall
No, they're
solicitor.
They're our solicitors.
Right.
Not
Okay.
The council vote, sorry, can I come in, Chair?
Yep.
The council vote to approve that solicitor last
We
year.
were asked
Did
to
we?
consult with the
Consult.
solicitor,
Right.
Yes.
and that was the solicitor in which Sanderson Weatherall recommended to us.
Right. I've slept since then, so I apologise. I
So
may have forgotten.
Bank Street has been sold and we're waiting for the money to come in, but that can only be spent on capital items, not revenue items.
Just repeat that, you're saying Club Terrace has been sold?
Bank
No,
Street.
he said Bank Street.
Yeah, oh, that was another one. Regarding Bank Street, we've got 2 electric bills and 2 gas bills on the 5th of last month for £486. Will that be the final bill that we get for Bank Street? Because obviously it's
I
been
signed all the
sold.
paperwork and it's all gone back to
So we
3
shouldn't
weeks
get
ago.
any more gas and elect. That might have been from a little
Yeah,
bit
no, it
back.
must have been good 3 weeks ago it was.
Right. Thank
Has
you.
it legally closed?
Yeah, everything's signed. It's
Yeah,
just
so
waiting for the just land registry confirmation.
So that we've received payment.
Yeah.
I just said I need to see if we have received payment.
I do believe it's in wages account.
So
Starting there.
We put it in wages. Harriet told, asked me to wait. And I said, can you put it in wages so we can't spend it, touch it?
Yeah, okay. I don't agree with that, but that's fine.
It's just
We can move it out,
until
it's just-
you,
I just think there's a lot of money being moved here, there and everywhere.
I just want to get out of where.
Get that in time, don't worry.
that's all clear.
Yeah, we'll come back to
I'd
you.
appreciate if we could get some answers back on those.
I'll send an email and ask for every councillor to be informed
Right.
of what the answers are.
Okay. I think that's everything.
There is a couple of things that I think we need to come back to and talk about what I believe we need to cut back on. It's stuff and some stuff, but I will have to put it on agenda so everybody can talk
Okay.
about it. Because some of the stuff now is, well, most of the stuff we can't really afford. And we need to start cutting back on some stuff, so I'll send you an email so we can put it on agenda to talk about.
Absolutely fine, no problem
Can I-
at all.
Can I raise one more point, Chair? I believe now that you're Chair of Finance, you've been looking at some of the finances and such like. And I believe you started with year 23-24. Have you found any missing money?
I still don't know where the 200,000 was spent.
Wages.
I don't, but that is not showing up on the wages. So if you want to bring it up again, Ian, we'll bring it up now in the
No.
public. Where was the £200,000 spent?
Where was it spent? From what I'm led to believe, at the time we had a suspended clerk. There was another clerk employed, so that was 2 clerks' wages. There were 2 ground staff on long-term sick, and they had to be covered, so that was 4 ground staff to cover those jobs. 4 wages, sorry, to cover those. There were 2 in the cafe who were on long-term sick. They had to be covered, so part-time, so staff had to come in to cover them. I believe that the staff were awarded a wage rise in the year before we came on.
That's automatic every year.
Yeah,
That's
no.
automatic every year.
Every year, but we had to cover that. It was paid for out of our
right, yeah.
precepts, 23-24.
But it was budgeted for with the budget.
Was the budget
Yes.
ideal?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
So what I'm going to ask you now is, why didn't all this stuff come to council and then we know where it all went?
Right, I've already said that, I've already put this in the public domain, and I'll put it in the public domain again. But I have to be very careful what I say. I was asked, because I was the only one that was available to sign, I was asked to come down and signed for a transfer of £100,000. At that meeting, I asked what this is for. I was told it's to make sure that we have enough money in to pay wages and bills until the precepts come in at that particular time. And I says, will that get paid back in once the precepts come in? And I was told categorically, yes, it would be paid back in. I was then asked to come down in February to do the same for another £100,000. I never followed up on the previous 100 that I expected to be paid back in because of trust, and that was not paid back in.
But you didn't bring it to council.
You
still should have brought it to council.
With respect, it's not always my responsibility to bring it to council.
With respect, you had a locum clerk doing the things, so the person you're trying to blame didn't come. The locum clerk should have brought it to council.
Can I just ask a question, Ian?
Yeah.
You've said, you've stated that the chair and also the locum clerk didn't know anything about this.
Correct.
Right? Now,
Correct.
that cannot be true, that. What you're doing, you're not putting your hand up and you're not saying who's told you to do it.
He's stating that he took money out of the thing without the chair,
No, not me.
the council,
and
the
accusation.
That's an
Well, it's
accusation.
an accusation, he's just told us.
Moving on, your accusation.
You've just opened your mouth.
Can you be quiet? It's between the councillors, it's not between the public.
Quite argue, it needs moving on.
I would like an investigation into it.
Believe me, so would I.
You can ask public questions after.
Yeah, so personally as the deputy clerk, if I was called into an office and asked to transfer funds, I'd have been out that office and calling the chair. Just to make sure whether it was legit or not, or anything. Not to mention, that person wasn't the clerk at the time, so why would you take the word of someone without going next door to ask the actual clerk? Well, clerk at the time. None of it adds up. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
I would like an investigation myself,
So would
because
I.
it's not even,
So would I.
it's not there, there's
Because
no,
over the
can't
last-
find it anywhere.
The last 3 years I've been castigated, libelled regarding this £200,000.
Ian, you've done it to yourself.
I don't
You have
care
done it
what-
to yourself,
No.
you have never ever answered me correctly.
Eh?
You've always stated that
I have
people
told
didn't know and you
the
did it all
truth.
by yourself
I
and all
have
this. You have
told-
done it to yourself.
I have told the truth when I've been asked, and that's all I can
But
do,
why would
is
you be
tell.
that naive to just take someone's word for it?
Call me naive,
No.
but
what
sometimes
naive?
you have to take
I'll
truth.
show you some emails of
I-
it.
It is naive. It is
It was not naive.
I
When
trust
he
the
was
clerk.
the vice chair,
I have to
and
trust
he
the
was
clerk.
demanding, I'm the vice chair, you need to do this, you need to do that.
No.
He was not naive, he had power.
To not consult anyone above you at all, with finances of £100,000.
I consulted,
very
I consulted the person, the
That
RFO,
person was not the RFO.
the RFO,
We have
who was the only
contracts,
one
that
that had
person was not
access
the RFO.
to the
It
funds.
wasn't the RFO.
Let's investigate it, I'm quite happy.
Can we move some progress? We're going back to
Just point out.
Clerk, can I just point out a standing order?
Excuse
You can only
me,
speak with
public
permission of the
counsel.
chairman as you're sat out there, I'm really sorry.
We've gone through the contract that was given, and it was in that contract that the clerk at the time took the role of RFO. It is in that contract, which you should have read because you employed
You were
him.
paying him as an RFO. The money's there, it shows you.
Can I just ask then, if the local clerk was the RFO, why was the other,
He was the deputy.
so why was the deputy saying transfer this? What right had he?
Well, you've just answered your question.
your answer.
They won't ask you.
Why was
It's
he in charge
obviously
of-
got to come
why-
from
why-
top,
why
not
was he
from
in
one
charge
further
then?
down.
Only RFO.
Can we move on now? This is
Can I ask a question? Can I just
No, it's
state
not
something,
public
please?
question time. Move on, Maxine.
You're refusing.
Can
It's not
I'd like to make a
public question
proposal for an investigation.
I
Would
think it needs
anybody
to
like
be full
to-
council, but yes, I would. I don't think it needs investigating.
So we've got a seconder.
We can't do it at this meeting.
You can make a proposal to the
Proposal
minutes
to go
of
to the council.
You've got no powers because you haven't
I
got
was gonna
terms of
say-
We're
reference.
good
We
to
haven't
go
got terms
to
of
the
reference.
council
Second
for an investigation.
You can make
All
that
four.
recommendation.
Can we afford it?
Oh, I'll probably end up carrying it out, so.
Can I ask who will do the investigation?
Probably going to be me, isn't it? And I'm totally neutral on the subject. I can assure you. Right, recommendations to council.
I think he's been a scapegoat.
Yeah, I do.
They shouldn't have done that. Very sad.
Any questions from the public?
Just wait a minute, is there anything else? Just wait, we need to just finish that, all these items.
Could I just ask again then? I know you said you can't find where it's been spent, but can you see where it's been missing? It's not actually missing then, is it? Just because you can't find where it's been spent?
Well, it's missing, isn't it?
It's not missing because
It's
all the money's
missing.
accounted
If I can't
for.
find where it is, it's missing. I'm not saying you took it. I'm not saying no like that. And you keep telling everybody that's what I'm saying. I haven't said that. I said I cannot find that money on the account.
That is an accusation and that is not true.
You,
I have never said.
I've got the
I have
screenshot.
never said that.
If it went into wages account like Emo told, weren't it shown?
Right, I'm going to close these items. We'll go into public question time. Julie.
As somebody that's attended every meeting, almost, for the last 4 or 5 years, Councillor McGuinness, you could have put an end to this last year, year before. You said you were going to make a statement.
I have on a couple of occasions.
We all that
But
check,
not the statement that you made tonight, is it?
we'll check,
Did.
everybody that checks the accounts are well aware that that money, over £100,000, was probably paid, this is why I brought it up 3 meetings ago. The temporary locum, part-time, unqualified, that wasn't a qualified RFO, that you stipulated, you interviewed him and gave him the job. The chair at the time's friend. That is the gentleman, I believe, has had over £100,000 in those wages. He's stipulating that it's been staff from the water park, groundsman from the water park. The accounts show that clerk, and the chair confirmed it because I asked, I brought the minutes. It was set on as a part-time, locum, temporary town clerk. I asked the question to be told he'd been paid full-time. We all know we've only one employee on the HTC page, salaried, being paid over £50,000. We all know that temporary, part-time, locum, friend or whatever, was here well over a year. So some of that £200,000 that was removed from the CCLA reserve accounts that could have been was covered for his wages. It had to be. And ever since that's been done, this council has nosedived with its finances. And the public should have been told exactly, and it's not just £200,000, it's 260 that's not accounted for. People do check accounts. I know we don't have access to wages, but a lot of us are not greener than green. We realise straight away where most of that money went. And that's why you're saying the temporary or the deputy clerk was officially the RFO, not according to the records. The records state you employed a temporary, part-time locum for over a year that was confirmed as being paid full-time salary. And to me that's over £100,000 this council lost, because at that time we were also paying the town clerk that was on sick.
It would be interesting to find out during that time how much he has been paid.
Well,
Because there has
the public's
been
not being
social
told.
media posts put out that he was getting paid £500 a day.
Well, there's that many things going on with social media, that's why,
That much goes
to
on
me,
social
Councillor
media.
McGuinness, you could have cleared this up a long time ago. I don't know if it's because you were stopped from making a statement,
No.
but this council now is almost gone. This community's parishioners could lose everything, what this is supposed to serve the community. And 200,000 was taken from the CCLA reserves account and more, and you're telling us now what we knew it was to cover a certain person's wages.
Not a certain person's
Well,
wages.
some people's wages.
That was part,
We know that other
part
people
of
have
it.
got sick because of, well, we know, I'm not mentioning names, but we do know a couple more went sick with stress.
And I just confirm the timing. When did you sign the checks? I don't want to open a can of worms, just so I can look at it.
February 24.
And August 23.
Sorry?
August 23.
It was August 23.
I've got a question about that, because you just told us that it takes us 6 months to get 100,000 out. How did they get it out that quick?
It was a different account. It was a deposit account, I think. Deposit?
Yeah.
Just because you know everything
CCA.
about all meetings that go on. Has it ever been minuted, and can you just check this for me, has it ever been minuted that the then deputy clerk was signed on as RFO?
Not that I've seen. No.
Yeah.
No. It would have to, you all would know that.
It has to go to council.
Becca, everything was done behind closed doors.
It wasn't qualified, and that is it. His CV's there for
Jason.
everybody to read. He was not a qualified.
Oh, sorry,
RFO.
Vicky's been had her hand up, she's
I
hiding
just,
behind her.
I just want to say, you know, regarding Bank Street, the payments here, I reported, because the Commissioner rung me to say that the light was on in Bank Street months ago. I reported it
Continually.
to council, they were going to sort it, that light was still, I think it might be turned off now, because workmen have been in. Hey?
It's off now, it's not there.
It's off now because workmen have been in. But up to that point, it was still on. And I reported it because Julie reported it to me. So
To be moved on.
that's us, the council, remiss. Not going down and just turning that light off.
And also, I fully appreciate that
Carol.
because it was empty, gas would be left on. The heating
Yeah.
would have been on. The heating
Yeah,
probably
no
would have
need
been on
to
low.
read in nothing.
Yeah.
Carol,
It's the clerk, so they're on about the 200,000. And in our standing orders, it states it should have come back to full council by the clerk. He should have brought it back to council straight away. You're saying you want RFO, so how has money been transferred when it's on RFO that can transfer money?
It would have been in the minutes of the council meeting.
Plus,
the
you're
RFO
saying-
has been transferred.
I'm talking,
Crack
you're saying that it wasn't the RFO.
can we have a look at minutes?
You're saying,
I think we do need to go back and look at these minutes,
Yeah.
because no, I do not believe that at any point the council ratified for the then deputy clerk to be the RFO, and I believe that the contract for the clerk states that it is, that the clerk takes on the role
I
of
can
the
confirm
RFO.
that is true.
I don't understand though, that what I don't understand is you got elected in May, by August, you were skint to have borrowing 100,000 out of thingy.
because of that, that's not previous years.
Or what?
It's like now, we're coming to April this year with 250,000 behind. We've had to spend 250.
No, you weren't behind, I'm sorry. You
No,
weren't
sorry.
behind, because I
You need
did
to
the
look
finances, I
at-
know
you
what
need
we
to
were,
look
I'll
at-
bring it up, I'll put it
You
on
need to look at
Facebook.
figures then. And it's like this year, we've got a preset with 250,000 payments deferred, which shouldn't have been deferred. We didn't know about it. We've asked questions in council.
But because it was the
That's last year,
surprise
that's-
reset.
That's
No,
not that, you're
No.
talking about now.
No,
We're back.
Yeah,
It
but
was
the
0%
thing is,
reset
she's
price.
talking about now, that didn't happen then.
I just want to point out that when the budget was actually produced, no one other than me went to the current clerk and said, well, if you wanted 8% last year, why do you only need 5 this year to be in line with inflation? It made no sense. Nobody questioned it other than me, right? So all I'm going to say is, you know, you sat here trying to make out that you're really good at finances, yet you didn't sit there and say, well, if we needed to be in line with inflation last year at 8%,
I do believe
and
most
then
of
this
the
year,
problems
we
is
only
the
needed
budget.
5%.
The 0%,
they're not.
the
don't make
0% and the 5%,
But
that's just the
nobody questioned
budget.
if that budget made sense or not, other than me.
Budget's made by clerk on no good neither.
Budgets
You
are
had the
voted by
opportunity
council.
to
Point
comment
of
on
order,
it,
point of
and
order.
you did
We
not.
need to start talking about current staff and old staff in such a manner.
I agree.
So you're just saying local clerk is what RFO? Are you RFO on? You're local clerk, are you RFO?
No, because,
She's temporary.
No, because
She's at, Harriet is the temporary RFO at the moment, but you have a finance officer to assist, because Harriet is doing an amazing job, but particularly for local councils, she needs more training, hence why we've got someone coming in to help. So she is temporary RFO at the current time.
But that was ratified at a council
It
meeting.
was ratified at a council meeting, yes.
It's basically like saying, Harriet going to Becca and saying, Becca, draw £100,000 out, because we need it. And Becca saying, I'll do it. And this is what's happened with you here.
But we've come back to council recently and told you all we've moved.
And I don't
money.
believe you.
So Harriet's doing the day-to-day finances
Yeah.
as the RFO, but
Yeah.
needs a more
Yeah.
experienced, qualified person to show her the rest of the road, which is what's
The
happening,
legalities.
and the legalities of it.
Sorry, Jason. I'm thinking about something. Go on.
Two questions. This money situation of being withdrawn has been going on for quite a long time.
2 years.
That's why I want to.
Obviously everyone's saying it's either missing or it's not accounted for and everything else. I'm sat here baffled because in 2019 government brought legislation in that was then ratified in 2022 for making tax digital, which means every penny that a business spends has to be accounted for on a digital system like Sage or Xero or something like that. So I assume the council use a digital mechanism for accounting.
We have our accounting system, Rialto software, which you use here.
Yeah.
I'm clerk to 6 councils, I think, at the moment, and only 2 out of those 6 use digital. In fact, 3 out of them now use digital, so I just bought Rialto somewhere else. But 2 of them are that small, with
So they'll be
budgets
below the
of
threshold.
2,500. It doesn't make any difference if we're under the threshold. You've just said we should all be digital. 2 of them have got such small precepts. There's absolutely no way it would cost more than the cost of their precept to actually put digital stuff in.
But Hemsworth Town Council do have it,
Yeah,
and they've had it since before
Yeah.
2022.
I don't know about before 2022.
I think-
But they've had it before
I
August
think the
23.
prob-
So every transaction goes on there, everything's reconciled. So why is it so hard to trace where this money is?
Because-
Because looking on that system, you'll be able to see the money spent, who it was spent with, in what month it was spent. I'm confused by what's so difficult about where this money is.
So from what I've got, that there was a big increase in wages that year.
Okay, so you'll go to the criminal
But
code
there's
for
others,
wages,
yeah.
you'll open that up, it'll show you your transactions.
I didn't do it like that. I did mine my own way.
Granted, but what I'm saying is, as a council,
yeah.
you're all saying this money's missing, or
But
it can't be allocated.
can I answer?
Yeah.
But there's some stuff what have been added into the different pots. What were larger and shouldn't have been that large, which I believe is where some of it's been hidden. But I can't actually pinpoint what's been hidden. So like if
But you don't have access to the accounting system,
Yeah.
see. So what I'm saying is, and probably more to the clerk than you is, and the clerk saying she will probably end up investigating it, but this has been going on for 2 years, and it is simple as looking back at the accounting system from the point that extra 200,000 was drawn down and seeing where that money's allocated against. It's not difficult. So why are we still going on about it for 2 years?
we've only just got Anne, haven't we?
But we've
and
had a
it's
clerk
finished
previous to...
Can we please not talk about previous clerk, please?
Sorry,
Please.
sorry,
I'm
yeah,
just-
sorry.
I'm not-
So
I'm not
I'm
trying
just
to-
saying, this is a straightforward thing. It
Can
takes
I-
up loads of
can I-
time, it causes bad atmosphere, and it is so simple to find. Give me an accounting system for a day, I'll tell you exactly what, I know you can't, I'm just saying as an example. I'll tell you exactly where it is. Anybody with any accounting experience would be
But the
able to
thing
do
is,
that.
nobody's held it to account before, have they?
But you've got auditors, you've got everything else, it's so easy to do. So why is it still dragging on? You know, I'm gonna investigate it and
It's never
give
been,
you the clear answers of where that money
it's
is.
finally been pinpointed that it needs doing.
Okay, and then the other one is the council solvent?
At the current time, at the current time, is the honest answer to that. I can't tell you beyond.
Can we actually
But the-
factually answer that question?
But the thing is with that,
Because are we that far behind on accounts that we don't actually know if we're solvent or not?
Well, they're last year's accounts. The only
Yeah.
way I can tell you whether we're solvent is what we've got at the bank at the current time. The precept, the budget, doesn't cover all the bills for the year, and I'm 99% sure of that. So Give me a few more months when I've got everything in and we look at it, then we might be able to answer that question more
But
confidently.
stood here today as a council, we don't know that we're actually solvent as a council.
No?
Last
I'm
year,
afraid.
some very blatantly stupid financial decisions were made. Extremely irresponsible, blatantly stupid. It is nice to not raise the precept. Is it financially stable one? Absolutely not. Because of that, we are now going forward going to be backtracking, unless this year the precept rise drastically. There is no way to catch up now.
No.
No.
And, you know, it wasn't
The
a
crazy
decision
thing
that,
about the precept is, how much does it work out per month? It's,
but had it have gone up last year, and then
Yeah.
gone up this year, and then
Yeah.
gone up next year, like, it would have been stably rising
it's
over a
national
period of
insurance,
time,
went up.
whereas now it's gonna
and
have to jump
everything.
from, to something.
Can I just,
So in my mind, your budget wasn't done correctly. This is me talking as an experienced clerk. You've got 13 or 14 budget headings which cover all your service delivery. So you've got like the water park, the community centre staff, you know, grounds maintenance, Fitzwilliam Centre, etc. But what didn't happen is no breakdowns under each of those with the costings. So you have a block amount. That block amount, in my humble opinion, doesn't actually mean anything or isn't relevant to the amount of money perhaps you spent in each of those areas. And I want to do that cost analysis when I get the accounts back to actually see how it is. We have the opportunity to re-precept. We have the opportunity to put another rate rise on you all this year. And we are actually allowed to do that. So that may be an option. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that may be an option, and that may be something we have to do.
I think Birmingham did that, didn't they?
They did once upon a time.
In quite a
There aren't
substantial
many
amount.
that have done it. So that's another option for us. But in my, this is me talking, I don't think the budget was done in the best way for you to understand the costs, actual costs of running each of those service centres.
Because it's games. If one side says yes, other says no. And this is what they do. They bounce off each other. The games.
To make
That's
an
all they're
extremely
doing.
financially irresponsible
Yeah.
decision,
Games.
On game.
it's not a game.
It
Like,
is a
isn't
game.
Julie?
Can I just ask, we do have one of our new Wakefield District Councillors here
Yeah.
tonight. The precept is actually due in September.
Yeah.
Is there any way, has anybody contacted Wakefield? I know you said at the last one, that the wages are safe. Staff will get the salary presumably July and
There's enough in
August.
wages part, I've got that.
Have we actually approached Wakefield? Is there any way any precept can be paid early?
To my knowledge, Wakefield aren't willing to help us, is what I've actually been told. It would also not really be good for us to look at, well, we did think about it in all honesty about getting it early. We've only got another 5 or 6 weeks now, and it is worth hanging on. But if we got that money, we may be worse off at the year end than we are now.
And intake,
So
no
that's the
catching up.
difficulty. I'm looking at our district councillor, but I've been told that Wakefield aren't willing to help us.
Right. Chair,
I'm sorry.
I've been told in no
No.
circumstances that Wakefield will help us.
No.
Julie, think about it. This is our bonus month, isn't it? These 5 weeks when school holidays are on. These could pull us through.
There's a thing about that as well, because she sent us,
Can I just ask something else, Anne? Regarding car parking, are we charging for car parking down there?
Right. There are some ideas. My understanding is, and I'm only saying this out loud, like as I was told today, that there may be an option that people look at charging down in the car park at the water park even more, and we get the money. But I'm just saying that out
but
loud.
they're not doing it now,
We
that's
don't-
what's
we
the
don't- we don't
question.
charge them,
In
But
You
not
only do it
everybody.
when, you only do it when it's a bank holiday.
yeah,
Oh,
in
no,
June.
charge
I
all
was
the
doing it
time.
this weekend because I walked down
Yeah,
on
when it was busy.
Saturday.
So
In
there are
June-
lots of other
June,
things we
it's
can
not
look at.
Penny
And
one.
I've already been asked to put an
We-
extraordinary
£10
recreation, leisure and whatever else the committee is in to start looking at how charges can be different.
That's why I've
from
asked
the
if
next
I can have a word, because there's some stuff what we need to pull back on, and there's some stuff what we need to start doing because they're not doing it. I mean, that car park, I brought that in 4 years ago
Right, okay.
because they stopped paying it, and then I brought it back because I said we need it.
Can I just, sorry, Ian had his hand up first.
In June, and this just covers 5 days, we took £1,758 in car parking.
That was was it partly half term or not?
Well, it's mainly the weekends. 297, 414, 540, 432 and 75. If we introduced it every day, I know we haven't got terms of reference to do that, we can't vote on anything, but it can come back to council. If we introduced car parking every day, there would be something come in every single day.
Can I just add as well, we need to make it clear that car parking, all you've got to do, ladies and gents, is bring up your bill, proof that you live in the parish,
And
you
it's
get a
free.
pass for your car and you get it for free. So this is not charging, if you don't, it's not parishioners who have to pay. We have tried openings for people who want to have staff sit down at Feature Centre for 2 days, for a day or two. Nobody came at all. So all you got to do is come to the community centre with a bill of gas leaking, whatever, and you will get free parking and free access for your children into Playworld. So this is not targeting parishioners, it's I've heard it called as the tourists.
that live outside.
There was passport parking to be charged in school holidays.
Yeah, but that's
School
not helping
holidays.
the rest of the year, is it?
School holiday, we need it at least summer.
Yeah, we said on school holidays it'll be charged.
I do
It's the
think,
winter months where we don't fetch anything
Jason?
in.
Just on back on what Sean said, is it not worth, because not everyone gets a chance to come up here and everything else, can they not just show a form of ID, like driver licence, it's got the address on it, proves the living
Needs the
area,
address.
show it to the person who's actually taking the funds?
No, because we need something to go in front of the car.
Right.
Could we not
Do you not stand at the
potentially
gate
look
and
putting the
charge them?
passes
Yeah.
in
If you stand at the
pathways
gate
on
and charge
non-busy
them, why do you need
days?
something on the car is what I'm saying.
Not in peak
Because if you
time.
stood at the gate taking the money off them,
But off
if
the-
someone displays their ID with their address on,
But I think you're talking about car park machines.
the
No,
car
no,
parking, can I just say the car parking,
No.
this centre's open pretty much on evenings as well,
2 evenings a week.
so it's open evenings, sometimes I work, well, 6, 7.
but I finish work at 5:30, I've got 2 kids at home. Last thing I want to do is come up here on a night time to pick a pass up when the person stood on the gate and you can just show your ID.
You can get a pass for, you can get a pass for 7 months, you don't have to come up here every day.
It was just a suggestion because there'll be a lot of
It's a
precinct
lifetime
guys who don't
pass.
get up here.
I think
A pass lasts 5 years.
it's 5, I was going to say it's 5
I've
years.
just renewed mine.
Yeah.
5 years.
I could do with father-in-law, go down there, got kids to go start and everything, and I know in my week, I could get up here just for the sake of, you could
I
ring
was just
up,
saying what's the harm in showing driving licence to the person who's taking the
because
money
we've
off
got
you?
to display them, we display them
But
as
what I'm getting at, why do you need to display them? Because
Well,
someone stood on the gate taking the money. There's
because
nobody
there's some
walking around
people who
looking at
sneak
cars.
in, because when they go, they'll go off and then other people sneak in. We've had loads of them doing it.
We've got the same with fishing as well. They're not getting charged.
To be honest, Jason, parking needs to go up.
I'm not against charging for it, I'm just saying I don't see
He's
why you
saying
can't
it's
show
not
your
really that
proof there.
accessible to people that have, like, I've just said off-peak, could we not put some passes down at the park? Only in off-peak time, not peak
There's
season,
someone to look at it now.
just to dish them out down at the park, so you could flash your driving licence and then they could go,
And your
right,
address.
here's your
Yeah,
parking pass.
yeah.
But only in off-peak season, not peak.
Not
I know the way, nobody went to fix the centre, will they?
No.
So it's
Any more questions?
Can I just ask, is parking, it's not mandatory, is it? We need to make it so that they do pay because they don't have to pay?
Sorry, what, the car?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's a member of staff on the gate with a card machine, it's mandatory that they're coming in. But the rest of the time it's voluntary, I believe, and they have to go to
That's
the
the problem.
boathouse.
They're not
These are things you need to look
It's
at.
voluntary.
Yeah.
It does mean that we need to staff 7 days a week at the
Not if you
park.
put a car park machine in.
Yeah, correct.
Well, we haven't, apparently we looked into getting a car park machines and costing.
You need barriers and that, won't you?
There's other
No,
options.
you don't need barriers.
You can do
If you've got a car parking machine, they're just gonna, I'm gonna wander off, I have to.
Yeah.
I'm on the hand,
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to put in thing, and then that's when staff
Then you've got
oh,
to get
but
go
I'm
down,
just
litter
getting
picking,
staff to
check the cars.
Maxine, I've risked it before.
Yeah.
When I'll open the advert, I think, stuff it, I'm only there 10 minutes. I mean, whatever, don't pay for parking. I take the risk.
But the
of
thing
fine.
is, we'll still end up getting more than what we're getting now because we haven't got the staff to put on the gates.
People won't
It
be
costs-
aware that we're not going to check them, or you might not check them as regularly.
I've just had a thought. What about introducing something like what they have the franchise it out to a company, and then that takes everything off us, doesn't it?
You can't do that,
Depends
can we?
if you have a reliable company. I have had some horrendous times with
But
car
would we
parking
be able to do
companies.
that because it's not actually our land?
No, we'd have to have an agreement with Wakefield Council on that. But
Well,
honestly,
it was just
they're
a
more
thought,
trouble than
that's
they were.
Where is the profit shown in the accounts for
Well,
parking, for instance?
it won't be a profit, it'll just be the income for the year.
It's just the
Okay,
income
when-
that comes in,
With the
Joe.
new account system you'll have, so you've got the water park, you'll have the wages, you'll have the income from the pedalers, you'll have the income from the cafe, you'll have the costs of maintaining the play world, all those sorts of things will be listed separately.
There are so many cost centres and so many profit centres.
There's so many income centres and so many expenditure centres, and then once you've got the two, you'll see what the profit or loss is for that particular area. They're much better accounts, they're really good accounts to get all that information.
Is there any more questions? Right, I'll close meeting then, shall I?
Thank you.
Thank you.